Good morning. I've got a can of cola. This, I know. I didn't, even though I said to you 2 minutes, I've got to make the tea. The kettle's still on the boil, so I've just grabbed a can of Coke because just to wet the mouth. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I've been a bit colonialized here, drinking a can of cola, bit of soda. Yeah, it didn't quite work that way because the kettle's still on. Oh dear. No, not property. It takes a lot longer that. So I thought I'd just grab a can of Coke. There we go. So it's fine. Tea at the break, definitely. Yes, absolutely. Really? So you've had all that snow and now you've got rain. It's no fun, is it? It's no fun living in Florida. Oh dear. There you go. You're having a nightmare. Oh, what do you think? Oh man. We start as we mean to go on, don't we? I mean that's all it is. Yeah, really? Okay, but you've got the rain. You've got no audio apparently. The guys are saying they can't hear you. Oh dear.
Oh, there I am. There I am. I should check
Are you
those
sure?
things. Yeah, I should check those things.
Yeah, that would be handy, wouldn't it?
Oh man, I said a lot of funny stuff though.
Like yeah, you did. Yeah. All that first 3 minutes of this stream would have brought you in 1 million viewers. It
I'm
would have gone
telling you,
viral.
man,
But it's too late now, isn't it?
it was something. It was something. Why OBS Yeti blue egg thing? Why do you turn yourself off randomly?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it can.
Because it can. What I was saying is it's raining like crazy here.
Yeah, which is surprising because you've just had snow, so you've got something else going on.
We had snow and then we kind of had mini summer for the last week.
Right.
And then we got rain. It's going to cool off a little bit.
Interesting.
It's going to cool off a
Isn't
little
it
bit.
interesting living in Florida, isn't it?
It is. It has been this year.
Yeah, yeah, it has, isn't it?
We got. So anyway, what I was saying while my mic was muted is I planted little plants that you eat, radishes.
There you go.
Yeah.
You finally got there, didn't you?
Finally.
You planted some radishes.
I
sir.
planted
Well
some. You know why? Because I was for some reason looking up plants and temperatures with the snow and which plants can stay out and which can't, and where my rose is going to live and all this stuff. And I got kind of curious. I'm like, hey, what can I grow early in the season? Like radishes can actually freeze. Like if the bulb freezes, they're dead. But if it kills off the foliage on the top, it'll just grow new foliage.
Well, now isn't that marvelous?
Yeah, so it won't do like hard freeze, but if it gets in the I think it said like 26 to 28 somewhere in there, it will handle 26 degrees, 28 degrees. So even if it gets some snow on it and it doesn't get too cold, then they'll grow back. So I started a bunch of radishes.
Well, do you know what? When the apocalypse comes, we all know who to go round to get some food off, don't we? It'll be you. You'll have queues of people.
If you want some stunted, terrible slightly. What are radishes? They're not. Are they bitter? Would you describe them as bitter?
Well, yeah, they are a little. They're hot, aren't they? They're a bit like chilies, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're not
In that
spicy per
sense.
se. What would be
No,
the
they're not spicy. They're sort of peppery.
are they peppery?
Sort
What would the description be, fellas, for a radish? How would you describe that taste? There's a bite. I say there's a bite to it, but it's not spicy necessarily.
No, it is a sort of like a.
It's like
Yeah, I sort of lean towards peppery, but yeah, I know.
I mean, peppery is pretty good. That's better than any of the other ones I've come up with so far. But they're like a horseradish tube, right?
Tingly. Tongue
Ting-
tingly. Say that after a beer.
I don't want to. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Horseradish. No, it's not horseradish. It's not horseradish. Good call, but it's similar. It's just radishes, just the red ones, the bulbous, round guys.
Yeah, they make your salad look pretty.
Right.
There you go.
And they're nice with salt and pepper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever eat them? Just chop them up and just put a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
salt
yeah,
on them? Yeah,
yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, it's a. Oh,
It's definitely not a main event, though. You wouldn't make a radish casserole.
No, you wouldn't put it. No, you wouldn't put it on the plate and go, "There's your dinner," would you? There's your dinner, kids.
I mean, honestly, what is the role of a radish? The role of a radish is in salads. Period. I don't even know if there's anything else you do with them.
Well, I mean, I'm a person who microwaves lettuce leaves, so I've got no idea what you would actually do with a.
What? Wait, hold. What?
Hold the horses.
What?
Yeah, I've stuck my salad in the microwave before now because I can't stand cold food. So you grated carrots, a little bit of chopped up herbs, as they say in America, herbs, and some lettuce and some bits and bobs and some radishes, and then pop it in the microwave for 35 seconds just to warm it all up. Very nice. Can't stand cold food. Cold food is for the fishes, mate.
How long have I known you? 6 years? 7?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Excuse me.
You all right?
Sneeze. Sorry. Yeah, I just had to sneeze.
In all that
Not
time,
yet.
in all that time,
Yes.
I don't recall you saying anything that actively made me.
Question my sanity.
No, that's happened. That's happened.
No,
You're,
that's not happened,
that's
has
happened.
it?
You're 97 years old and you're trying to go climb a mountain.
Yeah, well, that's a question.
But,
activity. Yeah.
That
Don't you warm up? Yeah.
there is
Ever
nobody.
salad.
There is nobody in the entire freaking universe that microwaves a leafy salad.
But why not? Just because it's not been done before doesn't mean it can't be done. There you go. Try
Okay.
it. You never know. You might like it.
Do you microwave your salad according to Google? No. You should not microwave a salad. It is generally not recommended to microwave a salad as it would likely result in wilted greens, soggy vegetables, and an unpleasant texture due to the nature of fresh ingredients in a salad that are best eaten raw or lightly cooked.
See, I can't do cold food, so it goes in the microwave. Only for 30 seconds, just to give it that warmth, you know. There you go. Hey, Hudson's got it right. You only microwave the salad after you boiled it, so you can boil it first and then pop it in the microwave. It's fine. I mean, you boil cabbage leaves, don't you? You don't eat them cold. Well, generally you don't. It's the same difference. It's actually quite nice. You put a little bit of salad cream on it, some mayonnaise and stuff like that. It's like, well, here's another thing then. Here's another thing. You have a burger. You go to Burger King or McDonald's or whatever, and you've got salad on it, and it's a hot meal, so it's a hot salad.
No, it was no. It was that was thrown on after though. The idea is that you get it, everything hot, and that little bit is colder.
Yeah, well, that doesn't work for me, I'm afraid. Do you not make instead of making tacos or wraps, just use salad leaves. This is lettuce leaves. And heat them up. Put your chicken inside. Put the lettuce leaf round. Bang it in the microwave. There you go. Job done. Hot salad with chicken. Lovely. Yum yums. Healthy for you as well. It's probably better for you than cold salad, to be honest.
Okay. While you've been, this is a standard technique of interviewing and interrogating is to let the interviewee and interrogatee, you just let them talk, and they give their own amount of rope. In that time while you were explaining how insane you are, this is great. Here's what ChatGPT has to say about it, fellas. That's what I was doing. I had to log in. I asked ChatGPT, if you microwave a cold salad, are you maybe strange? This is great. Here's what ChatGPT says about you, Pilgrim. It said, ha ha. First of all, it laughed. Thought it was pretty funny. You might get a few side eyes, but who's to judge? There you go. That's in your credit there. Maybe you're innovating. Warm salad could become the next culinary treat. Though I guess it depends on what's in the salad. Warmed lettuce sounds a bit unique. What kind of salad are we talking about here? Now I could go on, but all right, ChatGPT is willing to.
Thank you, ChatGPT. There you go. There you go. Stand corrected, then, sir.
Wow. All right. Has anybody cut?
Brute is in Germany. Look.
Hey, Guten Morgen. Oh, he's in St. Louis.
Oh, well, I didn't know it was in Germany, but there you go.
No, he said it in German. I think he was assigned to Germany at one point.
Oh, dear.
Let's see. Who we got? We got Eighth Hussars, Gator, Odd Dog, Jimmy, Wayne, Descartes. Triple M is here. We've got Odd Dog, which I may have already said. And Brute. Good morning. If I missed you. Nothing special. I see nothing special.
Udang. Yeah, mine.
And sadly, Pilgrim talking about putting salads in microwaves.
Well, radishes would probably go down well as well. A warm radish. Nothing like a warm radish. First thing in the morning.
A warm rabbit?
Yeah, a warm rabbit.
Okay, let's ask ChatGPT. This has now become the ChatGPT stream. What recipes use radishes? Well, salads. Roasted radishes. Toss with olive oil, salt, and pepper, then roast until caramelized and slightly crispy.
Thank you. Thank you. With your warm lettuce leaf. There you go.
They mellow out and develop a sweet, nutty flavor. I have never had roasted radishes. Pickled, pickled I've seen. Tacos, yep, they're good on tacos. Radish butter. Spread on.
Oh, that's a new one on me.
Finely chop and mix with and fold into softened butter with some sea salt, and then that sounds actually nice on a nice new warm, like straight out of the baking oven, nice bread. That'd be good.
With warm lettuce, yes.
Stir fries. I don't think I've had a radish in a stir fry, but it says stir fries.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. That I've done that. Stir fry. That's nice with a bit of egg noodles.
Yeah.
Some teriyaki sauce or black bean sauce. That's quite nice.
So and soups. I've seen this as well. Thinly chopped and put on ramen or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Or other soups as a garnish. So all these recipes are basically, it's not the main event, but we did find one main event, the actual roasted radish, where you're just going to roast the radishes, and they're like, that's the thing.
Roasted radish with a bit of salt and pepper. There you go.
I've never had enough radishes to do a whole recipe with, though. That sometimes.
Well, you never know. With the growing season that you're going to get this year,
we'll see.
An abundance of radishes in your garden.
My problem is sometimes they don't even make the bulb. They're just like a little.
Little green. Do you know?
You can eat it, but it's just a little. It's like a taproot, and there's nothing to it.
It's not quite a radish, is it?
No, it's just a root.
More of a string.
Slightly radishy string.
You should grow rhubarb. That's easy to grow.
Who eats rhubarb?
Well, rhubarb. You have rhubarb crumble, rhubarb pie, rhubarb and custard.
Is rhubarb a root as well?
It's a root vegetable that's sweet.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's not sweet, but it's designed to. Well, it's used as a pudding.
Oh, it's it's the stem, isn't it? It's not the root.
You
It's
can't eat
the
the
stem.
leaves; they're poisonous. You can't
Oh,
eat the
good.
leaves.
That's good.
Don't go
Good.
feeding them to your
Okay.
kids. Here's a new type of salad. It's called rhubarb leaf salad. Yeah, the stems are nice. You put them in a crumble. You know what a crumble is, don't
I've
you?
had rhubarb crumble. It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, proper nice. Proper nice. You control the invasions as they.
Oh, is it easy? Is it easy
Yeah,
to grow?
they grow.
But what do you make? I feel like I don't want a bunch of rhubarb pie. What else?
Okay, fair enough.
Like I've never got a recipe. Not never. I don't remember getting a recipe and it's like, oh man, go get yourself some rhubarb for this recipe because it's gonna just.
You've not lived then. You've not lived if you don't add rhubarb to your warm lettuce. You're not lived.
Yeah, I see. No, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, beets. Let's have a beet rhubarb warm lettuce salad. That sounds delicious.
Yum yum yum.
Oh,
Yum, yum.
well, you have not lived until. All right.
Oh dear.
Channel news, fellas. What are we doing?
Yeah. Let's. Where you at with your 100 battle challenge?
I finished the Squall, and it's a
At
tale.
last.
It's a tale of woe.
Right.
Yeah, tale of woe. Let's find that thing. I was 60% at one point.
But not now.
The operative word is was.
Yeah.
Ended at 52%. I was just looking at the performance stuff on that. Let me find my find the stuff. Let's see. We got so 52%. Where's the dumb thing? There it is. Which is on par with the Selma at 100 battles. Like I said, I was at 60% at one point.
Yeah.
And trying to get my. I want to say last 19 battles was a 32 or 35%. As soon as this page decides
Which
to
is what's dragged it down a bit then.
Oh yeah, it was just absolute disaster. Like 2,500 win 8 in the last 19 battles, but only a 30-something% win rate. Couldn't get it together on it. Somebody actually in the Discord had a good point. Might have been Cliffy. Something like, it's not a very good line, but it's a lot of fun. I would agree with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like that. You know, it's not a great line to go down, but it is pretty fun. So we finished that. Got that one to 100. It's interesting on that because I'll get to a certain point with some of them. If I'm enjoying that tank, then that's the one that comes to the forefront. And it's usually the light tanks. I burn through those pretty quick because I like playing the light tanks quite a bit.
What's
Sometimes
the tier 10 called? The Telesk or something?
Tessac.
Called the Tessac.
Yeah. Some of the tanks, like the KR-46 thing, 46 KR or whatever, just feel like a daggum chore.
Yeah. Feels like Chevrolet.
Yeah. So we go, let's see, I finally got this thing to come up. All right, tanks in the last 3 days. Let's go 7 days. Squall, 19 battles, 25-16 win 8, 36.84% win rate. Goodness gracious.
That's slightly low, isn't it?
Yeah.
Somewhat low.
I don't know, guys. There's the teams in the last week. For me, I just felt like they disintegrated around me constantly. The other problem with the Squall and tanks like the Squall, and I've done a bunch of videos on it about being careful and trying to make it to the middle to late game. Problem with that tactic is if you're not getting some stuff done early, you're kind of maybe helping your team get behind.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, you're like, hey, it's all well and good.
That's a balance.
I know.
That is far and few between. With players because it's if you want to hang back and just see how the battle starts to progress, that's not a bad thing. But then, at what point do you then not hang back and get involved? But because of the nature of the tank, the getting involved makes you lose a lot of hit points.
Right.
So
yeah. And if you're objectively one of the, it doesn't even matter if you're one of the better get people on the team. You're one of the 15 and you're not doing anything essentially.
Yeah.
You know,
that gun is idle, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you're down 3 tanks, and you're like, well, now you have to do the whole comeback, and you're like, well, if I'd have got involved, and then like you said, with a tank like that, if you get over involved, you can be out pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it's that's kind of what I ran into with it. And someone mentioned teams just being or lopsided games and stuff. It comes in streaks. It's just that I've noticed it because I'm looking at my last. Where is it? Overall, there we go. Last 7 days. Oh, that's the tank. How is it going? Oh, there we go, me. Yesterday was fine, but I played 3 games, right? So it looks cool.
Yeah.
I have a 66% win rate yesterday, but
Yeah,
I won 2 out of 3.
the way.
If I go back 7 days, 53 battles, 47% win rate.
Yeah.
And I haven't actually. I've been playing tanks that I have high win rates in too. It's just been the last week has been a struggle. It's been a struggle bus. But anyway, that's what we're doing. We finished the Tessac. We're moving along with the 3 tier 6s that I have, which are the battle pass tanks, the Sherman and the Crocodile and the CDT thing. So still working on those.
Yeah.
I did not, Oban, do 3. No, I haven't necessarily. Although I will say I have noticed I've been bombed by Artie a lot.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of, not 3 Artie, but a lot of games with Artie, whereas there was a big period where it was almost you never saw Artie at all.
Yeah.
Especially towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
This year, it seems that more and more people are playing Artie. So I don't know what the answer is there. I think maybe part of it will be doing missions to progress forward on the 379 early, or I don't know. It just seems to be, instead of just having either none or just 1 Artie, it tends to be a lot of 2 Arties. And they are noticeable because you've not had it so much,
What's wild about it is when you have an Artie game, look at the players that are playing Artie. And even though Artie got nerfed some years ago, there are so many basically Artie mains still playing. It's insane. You go there and their top, 5 tanks are all Artie kind of thing. And almost every time, I don't know, let's assign a random percentage. It feels at least 50, maybe 75% of the time, an Artie player is going to be an Artie main, essentially. That's mostly what they play. Very dedicated, these Artie players.
I know, aren't they?
They're very dedicated.
Wish they wouldn't be, but they are.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with their random insanity, but I do appreciate their sticking-to-itiveness. Lots of, light tanks are everywhere. When you play light tanks, you notice that even more so. You look up and you're like, well, there's 4 light tanks in this game, and then you got 3 light tanks trying to go to the same bush.
Yeah.
And then you watch your light tanks, and the next thing you know, you're the only light tank alive because the other 3 died.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys doing? And that's about it for Chow News, guys. Just chugging along with everything. Home improvement-wise, just holding at 95% for the remodel.
Good.
Yeah.
You're holding at 95%. Well, that's a win, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah. We're still waiting for stuff, actually. So the only reason we haven't moved forward anymore is visitors, and we've got stuff on order. So there's just really nothing to do at this point.
So there isn't anything you can do at the moment.
I did notice I've got a topper on. There's a knee wall that's going to have glass for the shower, and it's got a. It's not marble. It's the other stuff. It'll come to me. Gypsum, whatever it is. Can't think of it. Anyway, it's a flat stone thing, right? The manufactured type. And what I think they did is because one of the visitors was walking by, and the edge is sharp. It's where they cut it, and it wasn't rounded. It was sharp. I'm like, I'll bet you money that the rounded edge is the one that's tucked into the wall.
Of course it is.
And the sharp edge is the one they put out in the middle. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my god. So I got to get that fixed.
But 95% is, to be fair, 95% is quite a good percentage for you, really, isn't it? It's a good number for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that's almost acceptable, I would imagine.
The only problem with that is that this particular one's got to get to 100 before I have. Before I get to 0% complaining.
Yes, that's exactly as Gator says. Before you get planted by your wife.
Because because those are both 95 right now.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you need to push one to the 100, and obviously
to bring the other one to 0.
Yeah.
in regards to that situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Never mind painting. Let's just get the thing finished.
The other thing I've been doing is I tried to play Manor Lords.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was irritating because I can't figure it out.
Is it that bad? That
It's not the tutorial's not very good. There's a lot of videos, and I've watched some videos, so I'm starting to get a general idea, but I haven't gone back to it to try to figure it out. But I tried to sit down and just start playing, and it has kind of a tutorial, tells you what to do, but doesn't necessarily tell you the clicks or how to do it exactly. And
Right.
there's
Right.
so many things on the screen, and I don't know. I can't figure it out. I'll get there, but it's not.
Well,
From a UI standpoint, I don't find it to be intuitive, which is
no,
kind
that's
of
what you say.
irritating.
Yeah. And that becomes more irritating because when it starts to affect the gameplay, and you're thinking, "Oh, this is so frustrating."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it totally.
So Obrut's floor is finished. Oh, good. Trim and crown. Nice.
Well, you see, now he's just boasting there.
Yeah.
You know, that's not. He's saying he's at 98%, so he's been able to chill out, relax, put his feet up, and go 2%. That's nothing. I'll get that.
He's doing a major though. Mine was just a couple
right,
rooms.
okay.
I think his is kind of fully involved in the house, more or less the whole house, as I recall.
So basically, he's got a vested interest in making sure it's 100%, then, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yep. And we'll try that OCA mission tomorrow, Brute, if you're around. I got that thing all set up. Going B-52, going into bomb.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So you're going into bombing missions? Check you out.
Well, no, we have to escort it in so it doesn't get shot down.
Oh, you're doing fighter thing. You're still doing the fighter.
Oh yeah, got to protect
Did you
the bomber.
ever want to do that? Did you ever want to fly the big old bomber thing? Did you? No, not at all. Never in your service. Did you ever? Is it because as a fighter pilot you don't want to be associated with that sort of stuff? Is that like being associated with having ingrown toenails?
Well, no, because there's only two levels in air-to-air combat: the fighters and the targets.
Ah.
My recommendation is to not fly the targets.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Coronal hasn't been playing Watt much lately. Too much of a shit. Star Trek Online, is that any good? I see a lot of adverts for that online, which makes me feel like it's maybe some kind of pay to play or pay to win kind of thing. I don't know. Star Trek Online. There was a great game we've talked about in the past at one point that I played called. Oh, geez, what was it? It was a Star Trek battle game. Now it's completely escaped me. It'll come to me. Anyway, it was based Starfleet Battles, Starfleet Command. It was based on an old game called Starfleet Battles.
Yeah.
But that's been 15, 20 years ago. 60 hours in Kingdom Come 2 already. Yeah, is it good?
Oh, you are so sad.
I hope Diablo hasn't romanced his friend yet.
Probably has, you know.
Oh yeah, I've heard it's actually pretty good. Are the graphics and the size of the thing pretty good? I saw kind of an interesting screenshot and made me think that maybe it just felt like a really big game. Yeah, that's actually cool. That's cool. Combat's better. Good. I may have to try that. I just never got back on.
Yeah. I hope it is because it's a struggle to combat in Deliverance because it's too many multi-button to get effective fighting out of it.
Yeah.
You've got to click your mouse, click your buttons, click this, click that. I'd rather just press one button and
Yeah.
it does an amazing double-handed swing or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, okay, it's not StarCraft. It was called Starfleet Command. It was you flew it. Starfleet, I guess. She flew Star Trek ships, Klingons, Gorn, Federation.
Add all that.
But it's based off of a board game or a pen and paper called a hex kind of thing called Starfleet Battles, which kind of expanded the Starfleet universe a bit. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed that. It was a good game. And that's it, I think, for Channel News, man. You got anything else? How's the training
Oh,
going?
it's all right. We're up in our game now because by the end of this month there'll be a stepper delivered. So up in the game. So at the moment I'm just doing weights and one run a week, or not run, but one walk a week.
Yeah.
On the Saturdays. Saturday morning I go out for a tootle. I had an Everest meeting yesterday with the gang. The GoFundMe page is going well. Thank you very much to everybody who's put pennies in, especially yourself, sir. We're now in the throes of touching base with 2, possibly 3 YouTubers with 3 million plus subscribers. So if we can get the link posted on their sites, even if it's just for a week, we might make some impact into that. So that's good.
Good.
Yeah, and the guys going on the trip are all still fired up for it. So yeah,
Excellent.
It's all coming together. Yeah, it's all coming together.
2 to 3 million viewers, so just a few more than me. A couple more than us.
No, not that many more.
Not that many. Good point. Good point.
No, not at all. Yeah. But I mean, it's. I I don't mind telling you guys what it is. I mean, one YouTuber's called High Peak Autos. He's a car salesman up in Manchester, and he does a lot of. He's not just a car salesman. He takes old classic cars that are about to go to the scrapyard and refurbishes them and puts them back on the road for probably not much more money than he's paid to refurbish them.
Yeah.
So he sells them for like £500 profit, just about that or whatever.
Yeah.
So a lot of these old classic cars that are just about to be scrapped, he'll save. So his big mantra is saving old cars. That's probably why he gets such a big following.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's not just a car dealer. And the other guy is called Phil Campion. He's Forces Network, Forces Radio, although it's nothing to do with the military. He's ex Tier 1 SF, who's now decided to go public with his whole life, which we don't do, but he is doing that. And he interviews and talks to many sort of high-end Tier 1 people who've retired and done other things like climbing mountains and stuff.
Right.
He's not interviewing me, by the way. But he's interviewed the Gurkha guy who climbed Everest without any legs. And who else has he interviewed? Oh, the guy, Craig, who did the Mumbai hotel complex.
Yeah.
Went in there and did all that. He's interviewed him. So he gets some high-profile interviews. It's a bit like your Sean... Oh, what's his name? Sean. I'll just get his name up now.
I saw an interview with that guy that did the Mumbai hotel. Kind of gathered a bunch of people together and went in and sort of led the charge to get the hostages and all that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, he single-handedly went in initially on his own, took out 2 of the 3 remaining terrorists, and got about 50 people out, and then the local commander had managed to muster up some sort of force to go back in with him. So he just happened to be in the right time, the right place with his kit in the boot of his car. But yeah, Sean Ryan, you've got that guy Sean Ryan show, who's an ex-Navy SEAL CIA operative, and he does a podcast now.
Yeah.
Which is what Phil Campion is trying to copy over in the UK, I guess.
Yeah.
It's Forces Radio, it's called. So those 2 guys I've pinged. And I've got a couple. I've got like a guy called the Hoof GP. I've asked him if he. I'm not asking for donations because I think that's, first of all, that's cheeky. What I'm asking for is them to publicise the GoFundMe page.
Just a little exposure,
because they've got massive reach.
Mm-hmm.
So you only need 10% of people to donate from people of that size, and you're reaching targets that you didn't expect to reach. So yeah.
All right.
Obi-Wan Nairobi. That's him.
Nice. All right, well, good luck with that, man. We'll move on to missions and specials. Oh, here we go.
Yes, do that. Have you got new batteries?
Nope.
No, you haven't got new batteries, have you?
It's impressive. They're still going, though.
The thing is, with that, you'll probably have to pay tariffs to get that replaced now, where you didn't have to before.
Well, if people start doing what we're telling them to do, I won't have to do it.
Exactly that.
All right.
Exactly that. I mean, it is made in China, isn't it? That item of yours.
All right, let's see.
People do as they're told. There you go.
Do as you're told. Saint Valentine's Spirit. We'll just jump into the...
Why not?
There's actually some missions here.
Yes, there is.
We've got... and this is fairly extensive. You can get, guys, probably tracking it already, but you can get a Valentine And if you do 40 wins, you can get a Ram 2. And this appears to just be wins from what I can tell.
Yeah.
I don't know, what is this box? Oh, there's
Do you get compensation though, if you've already got them?
I would assume you probably get credits. Somebody mentioned it in the Discord. I don't know. Has anyone done it yet? Somebody has to have already got them. Is it credits or gold? I bet it's credits.
I think so. It wouldn't be gold, would it?
Which means, actually, credits. So, I guess selling it doesn't matter. I was going to say you could sell it and then get it, but that doesn't really help, does it?
No.
Just get your compensation, especially if it's the full compensation as opposed to half for selling it. You wouldn't want to do that. You just want to get compensation. All right, so it's credits. There you go. It's only wins, so many different tanks. What do you mean, so many different tanks? Yeah, I've only got 8 wins since this thing came out. That's crazy. Well, that's what happens when you have a 30% win rate.
Yeah. When you are as poor player as you have been
Jeez.
this week.
Tough. That's tough, man.
That is tough. That is tough.
Yeah, last 3 days since this has really been going on, 40%, 39.13%.
But there's 4 crew members to be had, isn't there?
That's
on
funny.
the way.
Are there? Oh yeah, there are.
Yeah.
So at 22, you get the 4 crew members.
Yeah.
They're female, of course. Why not? Because it's Valentine's Day. Sure. What else you got? Got all kinds of chocolate. You got the lion style thing for the larva. What else you got? More chalky. I already did that.
Just tons of chocolate. You've got you've got what's that? Love machine style.
All kinds of decals.
Yeah.
Tons of decals.
Manuals.
Oh, I have a bunch of them. Are these sellable, my friends? What do we got here? The camouflage won't be sell. That's the one that always just shows up for me because it'll permanently show that I have one when I don't have one. Decals. Let's find out. Can we sell any of these? Nope. 17 decals I can't sell. Emblems I can't sell. A heart I can't sell. This is not looking good, fellas. Can't sell.
You can sell a certain thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like any of these.
No.
Appears to be no hidden goodness in this.
No.
Bummer. Well, there you go. Can't do it. 2D style. The other one I got is Snake's Dance.
Yes. Well, if you go to your free.
Did they really do that? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What did you say? Oh, I missed it. Snake's Dance.
Tell me that wasn't in this one. Garage slot XP. Cubis. Okay, that was a different event. That must have been for something else. Never mind.
I was going to say.
I thought they were making a double entendre. Entendre. I thought some cheeky sucker in Wargaming was trying to sneak one in there, so to speak.
Okay. No,
You know
I've
what?
just clicked.
Are you
I've
picking
just
up-
clicked. Sorry.
Picking up what I'm putting down. Hey, check this out.
Yeah.
Look at this right here, Pilgrim. What's this say right here?
I can't see it, though.
It says ×5 combat XP bonus. So they took the
Yes.
×5s out of the everything button. In fact, I don't think that button's
Yes.
gone. Whatever it used to be called, other or something
Now
like
it's
that.
called Combat XP bonus.
It says what it is, and it's
Yeah.
got all your ×5s in it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that. I'm like, all right. At first I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Find that person and shake their hand and say nicely done. Keep up the small iterative improvements. But then I had to think about that for a second. I said, all right. Look, first of all, if this is someone who's been there for a very long time, fire them.
Yes. Yeah. Failing to perform.
Because it should have been done years ago. If this is a new person going through, give them a raise.
Yeah.
So
To
context
replace the guy that should have thought of it in the first place.
context matters. Context matters. Anyway, nice. I like that. At least it is what it is. Everything now has a correct. Although I have 2-watt salute things for some reason, but there you go. All right. I think that's what's going on there. And what do we have for sale?
Well,
Time to
now
shill.
then, while you go on to that, before you go on to that, when you
Okay.
go to the store in the UI, and you go to best.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the best bit. The
Yep.
top bit.
Yep.
If you scroll down, you've got a freebie to collect.
Yes, the freebies are back. Although somebody mentioned in Discord that theirs didn't work. But I've been
I did.
Yeah, mine's
I
worked.
got a sellable decal.
Excellent.
So
I got 20,000 silver.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be CC bonus.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Usually I get 5,000 gold.
Yeah. Usually you do. Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you feel a bit done over by just getting credits then.
Yeah. I have a girlfriend in another state. You wouldn't know her.
There you go, Grendel. Yeah. Grendel, absolutely with you 100%. 5 clicks to get a freebie. That pisses me right off as well.
To be fair, though, they've changed it to where it shows you what it is, and then you click and you get it. It's not the click it and then will be delivered later, and you have to go over to the announcement thing to figure it out.
Yeah.
So now I agree, it's a multiple clicks, but at least it makes sense the way it's set up. That being said, I was going to save this for later, but we're here anyway. I've already taken mine, but for 10,000 bonds, you can get 3 pieces of improved equipment, and the one I got already is the turbo. There's an improved turbo that you can get.
You didn't get the hardening one.
I might do it anyway because it's a 2-for-1. I'm just having to think on it right now. It's for the rest of the day. This only has the rest of the day to get it if you want to do it. It's still a good deal. That's 3 pieces for 10 grand.
That's not bad, is it?
No, it isn't.
You've
It's
got 30,000-40,000 bonds sitting
Yeah.
there. You might as well use 10 of them to get that. Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah, these are really good deals. I probably will do this, although I have so much equipment. Here's another interesting one. Look at this. Components for bonds.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's enough, I think, or close to enough to make a tier 3 special, whatever it is, experimental equipment.
Tier 3? Nearly enough to make tier 3.
Level 3, tier 3, whatever they call it. I don't remember what
Yeah. 2,500 components, 5,000.
Yeah, that's.
You can buy it 3 times. See, for 15,000.
Oh wow, I didn't see that. You're right. Yeah, look at that.
7,500 components is definitely tier 3, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think I need any more improved equipment because I have so much that the few tanks I'm playing can be almost all either bounty or improved equipment. You know, the 5. Even I can equip up 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 tanks with all the special equipment and have them in my rotation. Then I strip them every time I get to 100 battles, so I don't really need this stuff, but it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I bought the bond exhaust already, so I didn't have enough bonds to buy both 3-packs. So.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what isn't good value.
What?
That's crew book offers.
Yeah, for the gold.
For the gold. You
Yeah.
can actually convert your gold into silver to buy crew books cheaper.
Oh, really?
Conversion of gold to silver, and then when you buy the crew books through the normal system, is cheaper than doing it through this way.
Is this Pilgrinomics or proven?
To be honest, I didn't try it, but I went through the mechanics of it, so it could be Pilgrinomics. So yeah, it could well be. So I went, How much is gold to silver? Well, if you look at gold to silver, you want to buy silver using gold. It's 400 gold to 400 silver to 1 gold.
Yeah.
Then if you go to the crew books, where are we? Store, crew books, depot, whatever it is, wherever you go and buy crew books. Can't remember.
I think draining bonds though doesn't have as direct an impact monetarily for them because you can't really buy bonds. They might want to get them out of the economy for other reasons, but it's not like they would want to drain all your bonds and then put a premium tank out for bonds because there's no way to monetize that. You can't go buy the bonds. You have to kind of play the game mostly. So I don't know if that's as direct a correlation. I mean, yes, they could want to drain bonds out of the economy because some people are sitting on a bunch of them. And I suppose there's an indirect if you drain bonds out of the economy, then people have to play your game more to get more bonds. So there is some of that. But Assembly Shop is generally 1 million free XP, right?
Yeah.
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 So that's usually yes. Sometimes there's bonds involved in that if you want to do the pick your poison, but 1 million free XP has been what the build has been.
So it actually works out cheaper to do the gold to silver conversion.
Yeah.
To get 2 million silver to buy a 250,000 XP training map.
Yeah. I just bought that.
Do it that way around. Yeah.
I just bought that other one. In fact, I'm going to take one of these too, just for giggles. All right.
Don't use gold.
Might even get another one. I'm just going to drain my bonds just because I want to. All right, there we go. Lowest bonds I've had in a long time. All right, that'll make me want to play things to get bonds. Why am I sitting on 30,000 bonds? What's the point?
Yeah.
I
mean, I like to have about 10,000 in the bank because, well, up to 10,000 because I use it to purchase directives.
Right.
So I've got auto resupply on directives, so it pops 12 bonds every time you open up in the garage again. So directives are and then anything over that, I'll buy the tanks, I'll buy whatever's going. Yeah, absolutely.
I like to keep 10 or 20,000 for when I retire from World of Tanks, just as part of my retirement plan.
Yeah, that's what you need bonds for.
Yeah.
I suppose it is.
I have 14 million credits. I mean, that's my entire retirement plan.
That's it. That's your retirement fund right there.
14 million credits, baby. It's gonna be sweet. Here's another thing. You were talking about, and I was going to do this later as well. We'll do it since we're here. You were talking about books. Here's something that I wasn't really tracking until recently. I kind of knew it was going on, but wasn't really tracking. But let's just go here to my Manticore. So this is a tank that you have eluded, or sorry, this is a tank that I have a completely trained crew on. So do you remember what happens with experience when your crew can no longer get any more skills?
Does it go to the tank?
No.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
So it goes to this thing called post progression. So all the experience, so every 100,000 experience you get, now of course your crew has to be fully trained. Every 100,000 experience you get another book. You get a universal guide.
Oh, okay. Which can be used for any crew.
Yeah.
Or just crew.
Yeah, any crew. 100,000 for any crew. So you can crank out books pretty good with that thing, actually, especially if it's a tank you like. And if you use ×5s or you use experience boosters, or it's a ×5 that day or whatever, anything that boosts experience, it's just a pure whatever experience. It's not even base experience, just whatever experience was made that game is chucked on top of this.
Well, I like that idea. I like that.
And since
fair enough, you've got to get your crews fully skilled. I mean, I don't think I've got one. I maybe have one crew that's got all the skills.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Well, this crew was so good. When they changed the skill thing, it was maxed. So that's actually a pretty good deal. And here's the little thing right here. You can track it if you go to your crew. It's this bit right here that you can see how far along you are. In fact, I'm about to build another book here in 4,500 or so experience. So it's obviously something that is applicable to people with one really good crew or more. But
yeah.
And you don't have to do anything. It happens.
Just collects in the background. Yeah.
Now you could, and I have been doing this in the Manticore because I'm not grinding anything. Those extra bonus 5 times a day, I can use those on the Manticore to increase the experience on that game and go through that post progression thing faster.
Of course you can. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Oh, dang, good question. Well, one would assume it just gets extra experience in there. Who knows? I don't know. That's a great question. Somebody needs to test that. I do not have Lot Plus, so I'm not sure. That's interesting. Yeah, you would just be passively then creating more books as you sat around. Not bad. They're in there just writing books on their life and times.
Yeah, autobiographies.
Since it's Chuck, It's Chuck and Rudolph Wurlitzer, whoever that is. He's a race car driver, is that right?
Could well be, yeah.
Rudolph Wurlitzer, is he a F1 or something like that?
No, that doesn't ring a bell. I was thinking more Daytona, to be honest, but maybe not.
Not Daytona. Alright, hold on. Wurlitzer. He doesn't look like that anymore.
No.
Nope, this says he's a novelist and screenwriter.
Okay.
That's not him.
Interesting.
Racer. Or is this a fictional character? Must be a fictional character, huh? Huh. There's a writer named that, but I don't see anything about a driver. Must be a fake person.
A not real person. There you go.
What if you put that... It's a straight 100,000 conversion. I thought it was a universal manual. It is a universal manual. Guide. Yeah, the manual's the 250 or 850. Yeah, it's a guide. It's only the 100,000. Yeah, it's a straight conversion. That's what you were saying. 100,000 into this gets you a book that gives another person 100,000. That's actually for the crew, though. So it's everyone in the crew, I believe.
All right.
Let's find a crew that doesn't have it maxed. Guide. Yeah, that's the whole crew member. So there's a better one. The universal manual is 250. This one's only 100, but that's all right.
Yeah.
So slow. How you doing, man?
Crew starting. Yeah.
What's going on, So Slow? You still still streaming? Still CCing? What's going on? Let's see. CA, yeah, same. That's where I am as well.
Got demoted. Demoted, he said.
Demoted. Same, man. Well, when they wanted my passport number as part of the NDA, I said I don't think so.
That and your inside leg measurement.
Yeah, that ain't happening. Not in any universe. Let's see. Oh, Valentine's. We did Valentine's Spirit. Frontline's going on. That's the other thing that's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, we've been doing that. Not an addition. We did a remodel in a couple rooms, but we've been doing that mess. Did you really? Wow, good. They're not getting that either, though.
Because I can't see the reason why.
I know.
Why on earth would they need that sort of information?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Not to keep on file. To be fair, it's a business agreement. There is a minimum amount of personal ID information they would require so that they know who they're dealing with. I get that. I'm not saying that you don't get anything about me. And it's a voluntary business deal, so I have the perfect ability to say no, and they have the ability to say, okay, then you're not going to be a CC. I'm not even worried about that. It's just that level of information on me I wasn't going to give.
No.
It isn't, but it is identifying, and if it gets out there or they screw up and it somehow gets exposed to the web, it's just another piece. Not nearly as big a deal as the passport, though I will agree to that 100%. But I wasn't doing as much CC stuff anyway. What were we talking about? Frontline.
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody doing Frontline? How's it going?
I'm doing it on the EU account because that's my credit earner.
Yeah.
And it's not as lucrative as it used to be. I do know they've changed some of the mechanics behind it, but I don't know. I mean, I used to make credits even if I didn't make general. You know what I mean? I've only made captain or major, but I've been making captain/major. I haven't made a general yet, and I feel like I've lost credits. It doesn't, or it just breaking even. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like the big earner it used to be.
Yeah.
It's still advertised as that. Wargaming still say go and make yourself a ton of credits. You know what I mean? And it just feels lackluster is the word, I think. So yeah, I mean, I enjoy the mode. Some people don't. I enjoy the mode. I like the big map idea. This is why I like Grand Battles, because I like the big map idea. I just wish they would have.
I haven't touched it for I don't know how many episodes now. I might have played one a couple episodes back just to do it. I don't like how much time it takes.
There is that, yeah. No, there is that. I guess.
Because isn't it 30 minutes potentially, or is it 20 minutes? It's 30, right?
Potentially 30.
Yeah.
Potentially 30, but I don't know. It never really lasts that long. Although I guess it does really, because they add time on it. If you're defending and the enemy team gets into the zones, they start to add time on. But it doesn't. It feels just about the right amount of time. Seriously, it doesn't feel like this is dragging on forever, because it's such a big map. There's so much more you can do.
Yeah.
So if you're not succeeding on, say, zone A or B, if you die, you can flex to another point, and then you have a different experience. So it feels, for me, it feels a lot. It feels almost like what World of Tanks should be. I love the fact that it's a big map, and I love the fact that it's 30 on 30, and all the other nuances they've got in there. I mean, some of the power-ups are a little bit silly. The spotting thing really pisses me off, because basically you've got an aircraft that gets set off into the sky and you're spotting and you're 20 miles away from enemies. So that's annoying. But apart from that, really, I quite enjoy the mode. I really
do. I'm not a big fan of the respawn stuff, which I realize is a big part of it, and it kind of has to be the way that the mode is built. It's built around respawning and all that stuff. But always felt like you do all this work to hold a spot or do something, and then there was no way to hold it forever because of the respawn thing. You know, they just eventually overwhelm you with numbers. So I always felt like there was no real way to influence it necessarily. I mean, yeah, you do a bunch of damage and you can hold a spot for a while and all that, but it just felt inevitable that you were gonna, get peeled out of somewhere no matter how good you played.
I think if you go in with the mindset of the 15-minute battle pubbies, normal game set, I think that's where it impacts you the greatest, is this respawn thing. But if you go into the mindset, A, it's a different mode, and B, adapt your playstyle to that mode. I mean, I've made one tank survive the whole battle and made serious progress with it.
Yeah.
You've got to be clever with that. You've got to recognise when that particular zone is about to fall, or before it starts to fall, and then flex away from it and go and be productive somewhere else.
Yeah.
Whereas most people playing that particular mode will fight it to the very death and then respawn somewhere. My pride in playing that particular mode is that I try not to get into a situation where I've got to go and respawn in a different tank. So, for example, I'll start my play off in the STA, the old Japanese medium, tier 8, and I'll just keep that going and going and going and going until as far as possible. I mean, obviously there are times when you can't.
Yeah.
I just hate being 5 tanks in, because that's where you don't make credits, because you've got 5 tanks worth of damage to repair at the end.
Yeah.
So so it's all about
For me, it was though a bit of a balance though, because at times you want to move up in rank, and so sometimes decapping and stuff get you a bunch of points. So you might sacrifice a tank that you, like you said, you don't want to just burn through tanks, but sometimes you come to the point where I'm going to make a push onto the cap and knock it down and get a bunch of points, and that's going to help me increase my level, and I'll sacrifice this tank now. But yeah, if you do a couple of those early and maybe die somewhere fast, next thing you know you're waiting and stuff like that, and that always drove me crazy.
That I must admit that is frustrating part of it. Yeah, you're right.
But that's your fault at that point, right? For losing your tank. All right, man. We're gonna take a 5-minute break. I have to go refresh me coffee, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Cool.
Guido is chap, who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came, to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek, for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell, to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man to teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name only known to a few. To his followers his words are true. Guido is the man, big and gruff. He used to fly jets, but now he does the tanking stuff. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. The mountains are home where he watches the moose and hummingbirds aplenty. But he saw the need for the Wat community to have a guru and lead them gently. Down the road to Unicom land will die, trying hard in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So we broadcast his message far and wide, using YouTube, Twitch and various means, to lead you to the promised land of WR. Win 8 and damage counts. That a mortal man is only stuff of dreams. Win your flank and then go back, was his mantra for the pack, to which they shouted, yes, bossman, that we will. Win our flank and then flex back. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido. I'm a mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came, to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well.
All right, we are back. We are back. Long interlude. Yeah. Took me a what? Took me a moment. Good coffee. All right, subject.
Are you still using the French press?
I haven't. I've only used it the once, the test run. I need to do it again. I've been very busy, so it's just so easy to chuck the Keurig pod in the Keurig, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm going to hit it up again. FP'd. French press. Oh, nice. Nice. It does take a little bit longer. That's right. It's a nice cuppa, though.
Yeah, it's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice. I had a scone and clotted cream and jam yesterday.
Did you really?
I did.
Is that because you've got the British with you?
Well, we went downtown. There's a little farmer's market on Saturday, and went down there, and there's a coffee shop that we like. So we got some coffee there and sat out in front of. It's an interesting place. It's a tattoo parlor bar.
Okay.
And and they have on Saturdays they have scones and clotted cream and stuff.
Very nice.
So
Very English.
we saw that and decided to give it a shot. It was actually pretty good.
Cool.
I mean, it was indistinguishable.
What jam did you have with it? Strawberry jam?
Strawberry.
Strawberry, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, strawberry clotted cream.
Now the
Wow, you're making me now.
the jam was a little runny.
Oh, was it? That's not good.
I know, right? It's supposed to be thick, isn't it?
Thick with big strawberries in it.
Yeah.
Chunks of strawberries, yeah.
Yeah, it was a radish jam. Yeah.
Radish jam, yeah, it could be.
So it was a bit.
Actually, it's a thing, ain't it? Radish jam.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually a thing. You can make jam out of radishes.
No.
Yes.
No way.
Good.
Is it actually strawberry with some radishes in it?
No, it's radish jam. What matching tattoo did you get? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I stay away from that part of the business. That's not a thing, radish jam. No way.
Google it.
Apparently it is. Radish jelly.
There you go.
Rosy.
Oh, you guys call it jelly, don't you? That's right, yeah.
Wow. Huh. Oh,
But I've
relish, I guess is sort of. So what is rosy radish relish recipe? Wow.
Well, yeah, relish is a savoury.
So is it mixed with like a strawberry or something?
I don't know. I've never had it, to be honest. I've just heard about it.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. All right, toe jam. Yeah, it's rhubarb and radish. Is it? Interesting. Yeah, the radish tank. Let's see. Subject du jour. We talked about post progression for the Mana Core. We got a battle pass coming up, fellas. And apparently there's going to be a special chapter with this one as well.
As always.
So there'll be some kind of premium involved. But the two tanks are the Airac 105, which is a French light tank at tier 9. and the Russian Object 265T, which I believe is a heavy tank, a Russian heavy tank at tier 9. So those
265T.
yeah, those are the new additions to Battle Pass, which I think somebody was doing the maths or looking at last year. I thought it would start in February, but apparently March is usually when it starts. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That sounds about right, because they're 3 months each. So we're not gonna. So it looks like, I guess we'll probably have a build somewhere in there as well. Although I haven't heard much about that lately. Yeah, so those are coming up. 1.28.1 release date is apparently 15 April.
Okay.
Which seems late to me. You would think. I guess I guess the patch for Battle Pass will just be a smaller patch, just for the Battle Patch stuff. Anyone heard or tried grounding sheet? What is that? All right, so we got that. All right, let's take a look at some of the news then. That was the big news stuff right there. Go back here. Go back here. All right, what do we got? We've got continuation of work on the unification of regions. Apparently, you're gonna have your region by your name at some point. I didn't dig into that too deep. Here's where it says, talking about the 4th edition chapter for the Spring Battle Pass. This is just a placeholder. They're not saying this is the tank, whatever this one is. I'm not sure what that one is. But Watt Express is saying, or Watt Express and Armored Patrol are saying that there's a 4th chapter special in May. So that's a ways off. We've got, now these are actually pretty funny. They have, this website has a bunch of these promotional articles. Things like the Coconut Grove nightclub fire, a historic example of negligent security. There's always a link in there for whatever it is they're selling. The Nintendo Thumb, a history of a gamer's worst nightmare. It goes on and on. So you got what to do after a conviction. Pilgrim, take it away.
Can't read it from here.
Protecting pedestrians, legal representation in Edwardsville. Where is Edwardsville? Where is that? That's oddly specific, isn't it?
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Building a strong defense, lessons from military strategy applied to DWI cases. What?
I don't know.
Gaming as a bonding activity, its role in a child custody battle.
Oh man!
I mean, that's some epic level shilling right there for whatever they're getting paid to put these articles in there. That's pretty wild. Common Test 2 is going on for Watt 1.28. See, this makes me feel like April is a long time from now for this. Although this says 1.28, not 1.28.1. So I'm a little confuzzled on that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe 0.1 is a bigger change, and this is just for the Battle Pass. But this does have some changes. It's got.
Common Test it. Well,
Yeah, I'm a little confused on the numbering and what's going on with that, but oh, great. Okay. What else we got going on? Got here's what are you? The only thing I'll bring up here is this is really strange because look what it says. It says it's the pyrometer or pyrometer. The mechanic helps detect enemy tanks that are fully concealed by bushes or partially hidden by buildings.
Well, there's no point then, is there? There is that. Why? Why would you need that? That is absolute garbage.
So here, it's like this little radar thing, and I'm not exactly sure what it's trying to tell you here, but that's wild. That's what are you? So that's not us.
Well,
But
let them crack on with that because at the end of the day, exactly. So you can do a blind shot. That's all that's about, isn't it? So you can do your blind shots. Well, what's the point in that? What is the point in that? Because the whole idea of the 15-meter mechanic with bushes and everything. Is
Yeah.
that you can do that mechanic.
Yeah.
Now, if you've got that stupid thing attached, you're going to get
Yeah.
technically spotted for the blind shots, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's bollocks.
That's wild.
Bollocks.
Yeah, Peter. Those are all paid articles. You get X amount for people clicking on them, and they've always got some kind of link to. A lot of it's gambling sites or legal sites, stuff like that. Let's see. We've got that's what are you? Don't care. This was what we already talked about. The improved equipment and components for bonds. There's a Tier 7 premium that's based on the Centurion Mark 1 that's rolling around out there. I don't know, maybe that's the special Battle Pass thing, don't know. There's a new Tier 9 HT premium in Super Test, the Sentinel, which is a French Tier 9 heavy with a 2-shell drum. Yep, that's what we need.
Oh yeah, but it'll have no armor anyway, but it'll go at 45 miles an hour. Won't it?
Loader, auto reloader, loader.
Yeah.
Now here's release dates. See, they're saying 1.28.1 in April. So that's different than 1.28, which is what is currently in common
Yes.
test.
Yeah.
So 2 different releases actually. ELC 901, we talked about that last week. It's the Tier 6 ELC essentially. That's rolling around out there. Although this is a promotional light tank, so it's not tech tree, but it's also not a premium. We got some 3D styles. Looks like I think the Bliss is one of the tanks for Battle Pass this time, as is the Type 71. So these are the 3D styles for them. Let's take a look at those. What do we got here? No, we don't want that. Let's go here. What else? Oh, there we go. We got pictures of it. We got, yep. So some camouflage and whatnot on it. Not overdone. That's nice.
Yeah, for a change.
Yeah, there's not a giant AAA gun on top of it.
Yeah.
Let's see what they got for the Blizzard.
That one.
Same thing. Not totally overdone. So just some extra stuff on it. That's cool. That'll work.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the map they put it on. You can't even have a Tier 10 on this map.
No.
That's funny.
Ain't it just?
That is hilarious. Let's show it on a map that you can't even have Tier 10s on. What is that one called? Hello, King Tiger. How you doing?
King Tiger, 503 Gaming. Welcome in.
What is that map called?
Zimbo, you missed tons of stuff, mate. You missed something that would have made this channel fly, but we didn't have Guido's mic on. So
Yeah, first 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes.
Was
It
epic.
would have been stratospheric.
Yeah.
Stratospheric.
Yeah, it would have been a viral moment, but unfortunately my Wide Park, thank you, there it is. Zimbo's got it. Wide Park.
Yeah, white part.
Like that, on the one hand, that's not a big deal that they put a Tier 10 and put it on Wide Park. On the other hand, it's an attention to detail thing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's just, we all know, because the first thing you pops it up in your head is, hang on a minute, that doesn't fit.
Yeah. Like, what map's it on? Oh, it's on Wide Park. Oh, that's interesting. You can't even have Tier 10s on Wide Park.
Yeah. So King Tiger was a 12-year-old veteran of World of Tanks. Well done on you, buddy.
Nice.
Was that as in you're 12
That's
years
what I was going to ask.
or is it that you've actually played it for 12 years? It'd be interesting to get that definition, please. Oh, dear.
Yes. Does that? I'm getting maybe that means he. What about the E50M's 3D styles on the Battle Pass? I don't know if they're here because it's the other tank. Let's find out.
Could be absolutely Grendel.
There it is, right there.
It could be a man.
Here's the E50s. It almost doesn't look like an E50. Look at this thing sort of on the...
No.
Sitting down here sort of messing with aiming at the lower plate. Oh, it's a winch. Not a wench, but a winch.
It makes it look flat-plated, doesn't it? The old turret looks flat-plate.
Yeah, this is kind of strange back here,
I don't know
actually.
what that is. Yeah.
Look how far back the 3D thing goes. See how much longer the turret looks right here?
Yeah.
But it actually only goes to about here.
Yeah, the hitbox is a lot
Oops,
smaller.
you guys. That's why. That's interesting. That's wow. Now you wouldn't get a highlight necessarily if you put your pipper right there. But that does obscure where the turret is, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, if you weren't to know that, you might try and take a shot at that non-hitbox.
You can see it right there where they stick out.
Yeah.
So if you shoot through that back edge of all this stuff, you're not hitting anything. You're just messing up Hans's underwear.
Yeah. King Tiger was been playing for 12 years. There we go.
Okay.
Now we know.
Yeah, that's kind of different there, isn't it?
It just.
There's a lot going on in this one. This one has a lot more doodads attached to it.
Yeah, but no AAA guns stuck on the turret, so or
That's good.
boats or surfboards, so that's a good thing.
Common-Test has this IMT thing in there, which is a Tier 8 medium tank for the U.S. That's an actual premium. It's good. It's got a good tumor. I'm glad. I was worried.
Of course.
Yeah, I was worried the turret. I was worried the turret wouldn't have a tumor. Actually, it's not that bad, is it?
No, you almost hoped and wished that it was a Soviet type vehicle, didn't you? You thought it was going to be a Soviet vehicle with an American flag on it.
It's still pretty big though. That's still pretty good size tumor.
It is. It is.
It's not M60 size.
Yeah. Do you know what? The tumors wouldn't bother me if they were on the correct side of the turret. Because if you're a right-handed player, you tend to play poking out around the right of a corner, don't you? And that brings your tuner into play every time. If they'd made the tuner on the other side, apart from the left-handed players, obviously, but the right-handed players, you sort of do your poke, depending on maps, but you do your poke to the right of your obstruction. Therefore, if the tumor was on the left, the tumor would still be hidden.
Yeah.
So that would be ideal. But no, they have to put it on the right-hand side because everybody at Wargaming is left-handed and they don't give a shit about us right-handers. There you go. That's the reason why.
Wow. That's quite the conspiracy right there. That's
it is the conspiracy theory,
yeah.
isn't it?
We've definitely gone down conspiracy road on that one. Like the left-handers are trying to conspire against the right-handers.
That's exactly what it is.
Wow. Yeah.
Sad
Right, Gator? If you just spawned on the enemy side, you'd be fine.
I know, that's not fair, is it? You should have the choice. I
Interestingly,
don't like this spawn. I'm going to go over to the other side.
yeah, spy. Interesting that the back of this is very T-34-esque kind of design here. This was talking about how after World War II they were looking to improve the Sherman. So this is one of the concepts here. But you can sort of see that sort of Russian influence on the back end of this thing with just the way the shape, the angled armor, and the way the back deck is. Looks like a very large, really, for all intents and purposes, looks like a beefed up T-34, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I mean, it's really got a lot of T-34 stuff going on there. That's interesting. I wonder how much it was influenced by it.
Well, it's almost as if you've got an American turret stuck on a T-34 body,
Yeah.
really, isn't it?
There's no stats on it, King Tiger. Don't know. I haven't seen any yet. We talked about this yesterday. The TS6. This is a heavy tank, a gigantic Tuma. That's a turret. So it's out there. There's also a BZ-74-1. This is a Chinese heavy tank. I'm assuming this was interesting. Actually, it's apparently it's a design that the Chinese are working with off of using some captured M48A3s that they got from Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's got some. You can tell actually from the hull, it's some similarities to the M48 on the hull right there. Yeah, see that kind of rounded front hull looks very much, and that whole that just looks like a T48 copy, and they put a very low silhouetted turret on top of it. Look at that. It's all basically it's a copy.
I wonder what the there's no stats with it, is it?
No, none of these have stats. These are all.
The gun depression is quite good on that.
These are all Oh, this is common test, so there must be numbers out there. Common test, shoot, if they're in
Well,
common test.
you look at where the gun mantle is, and I would suggest that's probably got 12 degrees of gun depression. Because the turret's well forward, isn't it?
Well, the only problem with that is the breach will be clunking on the top of the...
In real life, yeah, in real life. But, yeah.
These are all common tests. That's a lot of common test tank. This is a tier 8 medium, the Wojak 53. This is a tier 8 medium in common test, so that's this patch 1.28. This patch TS6, that's a ton of tier 8s. The IMT, holy cow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Makes you wonder what they're going to release those in.
Well, we've got a... I was going to say, we've got a battle pass, haven't we? So...
Well, yeah, there's the special battle pass, but that's only going to be for one tank.
Yeah, that's true.
That's wild. 4. I don't know if I've seen 4 in common test in a while. All at once and at the same time. Coronal, come on. 804 now.
Yeah, like 804 isn't enough.
More screenshots from the Sentinel.
I'm nowhere near that, dude. Hang on, let me just have a quick look. What am I?
There are stats for the Sentinel here. This is the tier 9. What do we got? We got a 390 Alpha. It's a double shot, I believe. Yeah, 25 seconds for 2 shots of 390 Alpha, 258 pin, 303 with...
See you, Obro. Take care.
See you, man. All right, enjoy the aquarium. 0.35 dispersion, -8 gun depression, which is pretty good for a French tank. 50, decent speed.
Yeah,
240 turret is okay-ish. 90 hull, yeah. Oh, there you go. So you got some numbers for the Sentinel. I mean, it's going to do that double pop. What's the speed between shots? Does it really say? 2.5 seconds between shots for 2390 Alpha. And pretty good velocity at 1,000 and 1,200. And it's using APCR, not heat.
That tends to be a French tank thing, APCR, doesn't it? Like the British tends to be that horrible HE shell, the Hesh shell.
Oh, yeah. Good plan, Brute. Only the strong survive.
That's it. And if they don't survive none of them, then it was a weak gene.
Here's the annual rewards where I got that. The Iraq 105 Proto, which is a tier 9 French light tank, and then the Object 265T. So 2 tier 9s for Battle Pass. Once you get enough coins, tokens, keys, doodads, thingamajobbers, etc., and flip-flops. Here's the auction results. Looks like this is EU, I believe, because there were 3,000 Phoenixes sold.
Right.
27,000 SFAC 105s. 5,555 K91 version 2s. They sold out on their personal missions orders. And the mystery container was that one random tier 8 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So they sold 300,000 of those. Holy cow. Oh, didn't sell out. Sorry. They had 300,000. They sold 113. There's no numbers here for NA.
Is this the first time Wargaming's been transparent like this?
No, they usually give the stats. Yeah, I think they've done it for the last few. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it, King Tiger? I wanted the SFAC. Didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, I would have liked to get that as well. I wasn't there that night. I think that's about it. Charmarat, this is from last week right here. And that's it for the news trowel. All the news that's fit to print, my friends. I think that's it, fellas. What else we got going on? We talked about the Manticore stuff, Battle Pass stuff, the release dates, the mission chat tab change, and the auction results. We done talked about all of it. Kust means bush lake hiding, and that's right.
Yeah.
I saw a thing on Reddit. Somebody posted a screenshot of a matchmaker, and it was 2/3 TDs. It was tier 8, and it got me thinking. Actually, I'm like, I wonder if what I'm thinking is correct. So what I did is I went to the website. I went to tomato.gg, and I said tier 8, most played tanks. And on EU, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Top 10 tanks. How many are TDs? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's on EU. So 5 of 10 tanks, most played.
50% of the tanks most
of the top played are, and it's worse on NA. 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the top 10 at tier 8. Overall, 1, 2, 3. Overall, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 10.
So 50% of games, well, 50% of the top 10
played
tanks played is TD.
Is a TD, yeah. Yep. Now you could break those numbers down and stuff, but still, that's a pretty good indication. People, and if you figure average to below average players are the vast majority of players, and that those players tend to gravitate towards easier to play game styles. And even though I would argue that it's not, it feels that way because you don't die immediately as often.
Yeah.
Because you're hanging out, right? You're a support tank. You're in a bush somewhere doing your TD thing. I think what's wild is the XM57 continues to be played as much as it is.
Man, that is such a problem tank.
Yeah.
My heart sinks every time I see one of them on the enemy side. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. It really is. I mean, I'm not saying it's overpowered. I don't believe it's overpowered, but it is extraordinarily hard to fight against. It really is. And the reload on that thing is just too fast. It needs to be dealt with. It needs to be balanced.
Yeah, I don't guess I recall. Although I've been playing a lot of light tanks, so I haven't had to. You don't deal with XM57 directly in a light tank till late game if it's still alive. What's its survival's 31%, which is pretty good.
It's not bad.
I guess I'm just sort of surprised it's being played that much, but that probably also supports what I was just saying. Your vast majority of players are average to below average, slightly and below average, and they're going to tend towards things that keep them alive. And XM57 is going to keep people alive because it's got a lot of armor. And you're playing it as a support tank and all that garbage. So that's crazy. And then the next one's the ELC.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. How mad is that?
And I don't know.
Could that be in the same frame?
Maybe that directly contradicts my little theory, though. Because clearly, lots of people are playing that, and a significant amount of bad players are probably playing it as well. So it's extremely popular, but it's just hard to see, I don't know. That's a kind of crazy list. Then the Barask, you see those constantly, and then the FV, which blows my mind.
That does blow my mind. Yeah, I mean you can understand the Barask, but FV, really?
I guess it's just that big gun. People just want to hit people for $1,000.
I think back in its day, you would have had the same stats for the 183 for the Death Star, because people just love playing it.
Yeah. Why is
they really did?
Why do you guys think the FV is more popular than the other one, the
Death Star?
The Death Star, yeah.
Do you know why? It's because the FV has the choo-choo train skin you can apply to.
The 4K5 has the choo-choo train skin.
Yes, absolutely. I love the fact that it goes choo 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 choo. As you go across the map, chewing. Brilliant. I wish there was a button you could press and it would, like Casey Jones.
Yeah.
Do that. You know what I mean?
This is kind of an interesting.
You're coming.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting list here on any. Does it one, 2, 3. All right, so it goes all the way to the chopper. The chopper, That's a lot of people playing it, but I'm assuming that's because a lot of people grinding it, and that's where that line starts.
Yeah.
So I think those stats are probably going to fade away. I don't think the chopper stays there. It's popular. It's played that much right now because everyone's grinding it, and that's where that line starts. And this is the last 30 days, so that kind of makes sense. The Leopard's the Leopard. People love the Leopard. The gun's really accurate. It's mobile. It's not particularly great. That's a pretty low win rate overall. It's a minus 2.28 win rate differential, but people love it because it's fast and accurate.
Yeah.
Right? So that's kind of explain. The grill. The classic big glass cannon, hide in the back, do your 750 alpha twice and die trick.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, and then look at the cards at the end and go, yeah, I got 4,000 damage there. I did very well, didn't I?
I mean, decent accurate. They're decent speed to get around to where you want. Okay camo. So the classic hide in the bush, do your 2 damage and die. Scorpion, Grill Junior.
Yeah.
Right? Grill Junior, been popular like that since it came out. It's also a premium, so not only do you do your 2 damage and die, you get good credits for your 2 damage and die.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The 53-55, clearly the best arty in the game overall, or arty in the game.
Well, it has everything, doesn't it? Mobility, it has quick firing gun, all the rest.
Half
of
turret thing.
You can take a shot. Yeah, you can take a shot.
The turret thing gives you better options on targeting stuff. Pretty good splash, pretty good stun. Hits hard when it does hit. It's just mobility. It's just the best. It's pretty impressive though that it's that far up for an artillery. Then you've got Skorpiansky, which I'm a little bit curious. It's more popular than the Scorpion D, but really what you'd have to do is find the other Scorpion and add it together, and find the other Sue and add it together and see what that actual number is, because those are the same tanks, right?
Yeah.
Like, where's the other Scorpion? It's probably, there it is, down here. So it's another 79,000 for that one. And where is the Forest Spirit? It's surprising. Look at that. I mean, so the Scorpion G is in the top 10, but the Scorpion is in the top like 30 or 40. That's hilarious. That makes it at 100. This tank is actually 180,000, so it's really number 2.
Yes.
And the Borovsk has the meal. I wonder if the meal is, how far up is the meal? You'd have to ask the meal. Somebody said that too. That's what made me start thinking about it. So you'd have to add the meal to that one. Those are the only 2 tanks. Those are the only ones up here that have other versions. And so same idea. But again, none of these are actually great tanks. They're good for certain things and what they do, but they're very popular. 4005 we talked about. That's the big gun. The one that's both extremely popular and probably overpowered is the Burr.
Yeah, that is definitely OP.
You're talking a plus 1.77 win rate differential. Also, good players play it a lot, and they overperform in it by almost 2%. And it's rolling with an 18-10 win rate, which puts it pretty far down there in terms of top win rates. But a lot of these are very specialized tanks that are up at the top here. Not a lot of battles played. Hard to get based on some of them are just, well, some of them are seal clubbers like the Kehoe and the Stewart, so whatever, and the PZ. But the rest of them are kind of hard to get. Really, really wild, actually, when you start digging into those numbers and why people play them,
Yeah. I mean, we all tend to do that sort of thing. We all tend to play the tanks that we feel best in and we do well in, and we've got the high win rate in, and so on. Which then compounds the problem, because if you're not playing other tanks, and people generally not playing other tanks, it's never going to get up the stat board anyway.
Yeah.
It might be a very good tank, but people, well, I don't know. I mean, I think the players have played long enough in this game, 12, 14 years, that people instinctively know which are the good tanks and which are the bad tanks, and just play the good tanks.
Trying to find the Scorpion. Where's the Scorpion on
Yeah,
EU?
Gator makes a good point. I love the Churchills. All the Churchill variants are most people poo-poo them, you know, oh yeah, Churchill, whatever. But actually, they are quite an effective piece of kit on the battlefield.
Is it a
I do like the
6?
Churchills.
Well,
Churchills.
that's actually wild when you say it because it's the most played tier 6 on EU.
Yeah. Yeah. And a good tank to play.
That's
Crazy,
pretty.
isn't it?
That is crazy. I'd have never guessed. What about NA? Wow, wait a minute. It's up there. What a
Yeah.
different list. Hellcat M44 T3485 on EU, Churchill KV5 T3485. So the KV2 and the Churchill are 1 and 2 on NA, but on EU, but on NA it's the Hellcat and M44. Wow.
Isn't it weird?
That's a significantly different list. Skoda T25, where's the Skoda T? Skoda T25 is well, it's there. M6 T50-2, yeah, it's up there. M6 is popular, yeah. I mean, they're not too far off, but what is going on with that? Churchill 7. Huh. That's crazy. I'd have never in a million years guessed if you said, hey, what's the top played EU tier 6? There's no universe where I say it's the Churchill 7. Might have come up with the KV2. Might have come up with the T3485 as the top.
Yeah.
Those are two that might have entered my brain. Where's the M40?
I mean, there is an element of the double barreled, as people have been saying here. There is an element of that it leads onto the double barrels, but I do think
yeah.
but I do think before that came out, it was still quite highly played.
Well, I think that drops down significantly. I forgot about that. That is true. That's exactly why that's up there right now. So it's the KV2 that's the top.
I'd go with that.
Yeah. That makes total sense. But where's the EU's Hellcat number? It's up there, but it's not quite that high. KV2 is really popular. That's always been true, though, on EU. KV2s have been extremely popular on EU. Yep, I forgot about the Churchill thing. Good point. That's the split off. That's why it was played so much. It does have a good win rate differential, though. What's the best win rate differential? Object 244. I agree with that. This thing is an absolute gem at tier 6.
Yeah.
When I played that and did the 100 Battle Challenge and I did the videos, I'm like, dudes, you got to get one of these things. These are surprisingly good. At tier M6, yeah, that's just good. AT8 is good. T78. I like the 3000P. T3485M makes sense. Crocodile's decent. Yeah, these all make sense. Cool. It is Grendel. So it's like 100 alpha, I think. Maybe, yeah, let's take a look at it here. 6. Risky T4 or Object 244. I have a 67% win rate on this thing in 101 battles. I mean, I'm telling you what, this thing is a beast. It's got IS armor. Actually, I think it's not the IS, it's the other one.
KV. It's got the KV armor, hasn't it?
Yeah, is it the KV hull? I think so.
KV hull, like KV4.
And it's a research. Here we go. It's an 85 millimeter. That's right. 180 DP, 180 alpha, and a decent 144 standard pen with 194 with gold. At tier 6, which is plenty, and it fires quick. Now, what's its DPM? 2,000 over 2,000. 2,300 at tier 6 for heavy. It's good. Yeah, I don't know. Can you buy it?
I'm not sure now.
Of course, I'm doing all that. I'm doing all that from here, and no one's seeing what I'm doing, of course. But this is it right here. I don't know. Is it for sale? Is it one of the standard tanks you can buy? It's good. Or is it a bond tank, or how do you get this thing?
No, I'm not sure. I can't remember how that came about.
It's been available multiple times, but I don't know if it's always available. Let's go to vehicles
I think
here.
it might be a bomb tank. You know?
Tier 6. Let's take a quick look in here. IS-2M is available, but that's not it. I'm not seeing it. No. It is not in the standard shop, so it's periodically available for various things. Ooh, gold tech tree. Good question. Good question. Let's check that. Ruskies. No. It is not available here either. The tier 6s are the 100Y and the 3045M. Don't know how you get it, guys. What about Bond?
No, I thought it was Bond, but yeah, I think it was.
No.
It
No.
was either a Bond tank or it was.
It's not Bond.
No, it's not. Okay.
No. Yeah, it comes up for sale periodically, so I don't think it's regularly available. It's good. I really like that thing. It's a good tank. It's good. It's good.
T68-5. T68-5 Bond.
A what?
Would you get one? The T68 TD, the T68-5 for Bonds. Would you get one?
I don't even know what that is. 68.5?
Yeah, the objects 2685.
2685. It's available in the client Bond store?
Tank. Yeah. I've just come across it now.
Oh, yeah, it's not. It's okay. I have it. Is it yeah, it's a TD. It hits hard. What's it doing? Yeah, 750. Yeah, Coronel says it's painful. Yeah, it's kind of hard to use, honestly. It's only got -5 gun depression. It hits hard.
Got ya. Yeah, okay.
What's the reload? I think that's one of its downfalls. Yeah, it's like an 8. It's a 19-second reload, but I don't have any equipment on it, so it probably gets it down to maybe 17 or so. No armor, no camo. Yeah, it's not very fast. Well, 48's okay. I guess it is decently. It's a worse T30. Yeah, kind of, isn't it? Doesn't
I was
have.
about to say that. It's very similar to a T30.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Looks, yeah.
But doesn't have the gun depression or the turret that the T30 has.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I've played many battles in it. That's probably on my 100 battle challenge still. Where's this thing? 260. How did I get to this thing? Oh, I came off the. It's a tier 9, right?
10.
It's a 10. Oh, well, that's even worse then. Comparing it to a tier 9. It's a worse T30 at tier 10? That's horrible.
Yeah.
I have a 60% win rate in 5 battles. Yeah. Haven't played it very much. Cool. Well, man, I think that's about it, my friends.
That's it. Who we raiding?
Let's go find somebody to raid and let you all get on with your Sunday. I better go over and I have to go dig some. They're not really.
In.
No, they're not really fence posts. My friend's working on his dock, and he's building a little parking area for cars, and it falls away a bit towards the water. So we're gonna put some posts in, some 4x6s to be the backstop, and then put the wood across so that you can basically a retaining wall idea. So I've got to go.
It's a visual as opposed to.
Well, he's going to put gravel in it because it falls away towards the water. He wants to stop a little bit of that fall away.
Okay.
So we're going to come up about 2 feet, but we got to drop posts in there and concrete them in to be the posts to put the planks on to hold the gravel from heading downhill, kind of thing. So essentially, I have to dig fence post holes, even though it's not for a fence.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
And hopefully, I don't crush my back doing it.
No, you don't want to. Yeah.
A smart guy wouldn't do it, but I'm not smart, so there you go.
No, well, you don't need to be smart. You just need to be brawny.
That's right.
Brawny and brave.
That's right. Strong back, weak mind is where I try to roll. Let's see. Plus, I have a post hole digger guy, which is helpful.
Oh right, okay. You've got the expert.
The manual one.
Yeah, I know.
Hope you're doing well, my man.
The painful one.
Look, is here really? He's not saying hello, by the way.
Got old cider is going. think that's who we'll go. We'll go. We'll go
Louis
raid
is not
Grove
saying hello.
Cider.
Is there any chance to
The
get
gas-powered
some
ones would
skin
be
from
nice.
You sometimes.
Wouldn't it?
Skin.
Yeah.
We just don't have one. I guess we
It's
could.
too expensive. Too expensive, mate.
It's only going to be 5 holes, and it's sandy soil, so it's really not that big a deal. You can rent it. It's not that big a deal. I don't think it. There's no. I don't think we're going to run any rock or anything. Hopefully, we don't, because it's down by the water. It's this whole place I live on is sand anyway. I can dig forever without
How is
hitting a
your
rock
is that good?
near my house. But the only problem I have is I get to the water table pretty quick and it starts filling up with water.
I was just about to ask that. Yeah, you must hit the water
Yeah.
table quite easily.
Oh yeah.
I've got some big yellow ball in the sky up here. It's starting to hurt.
Whoa. What's going on there?
Look, what is that?
Wow.
It's an alien.
Ooh, Grow Up Cider has a warning. It may contain
How's your
drugs,
visa?
intoxication, or excessive tobacco use. Significant
passive
profanity, vulgarity, violent, and graphic depictions. Wow. I guess we should
Oh,
start
well,
watching.
There you go.
And that's why I
Start
hate
watching.
it.
Let's
It's
go
so
watch
freaking boring, man.
Put your fingers in your ears right now, people.
Ooh.
Get
Get ready, here we go.
I did not plan that.
All right. Well, thanks for coming by, Pilgrim.
Yeah, it was good. It was a
Pew,
good day
pew,
today.
pew, pew.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Rain's over here, so pretty soon going to get up and get going and moving. You guys have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. It's Guido signing off from the left side Atlantic.
No,
Pew,
we're
pew,
signing
pew,
off from the
pew.
correct, very sunny side of the
Yeah, you're
Atlantic.
getting blinded by the light. See ya.
I am.